see that weight start to come down if you're not naturally that big. So keeping the weight on, huge emphasis, because you got to be big enough to be competitive, to tussle with these guys, because the weight disparity can be nuts. I mean, you could be 40, 50 pounds lighter than some of these guys you're wrestling.
Take it, Ali, a takedown, 3-0 for the Wolverine. Really good on top. They're going to finish this period on top with riding time at 46 seconds. Bastida, a takedown. Same situation, 22 seconds. Can he finish the period on top?
I think that's really important. I mean, if he can, I think that gives him a lot more confidence heading into the second period that he's got the match in control. Again, any sort of introduction of doubt that Keter can have in the mind of Bastida and keep the match close, I think plays in his favor.
Bastida, two-time Big 12 champion, an All-American back in 2022. He was 5th, then down at 197. Keter was 8th at the national tournament last year in Philly. Gadali, 3-time SoCon champ at Campbell, won that Big Ten title a couple weeks back against Ferrari to get a Big Ten title. Trumbull, another guy like Bastida, was down at 197.
And he's kind of been a quiet member of this weight class. A lot of people focusing on Bastida, the Big Ten guys. Obviously Ferrari commands a lot of attention for a variety of reasons, but Trumbull's been, you know, really consistent. He's got a great track record, and I really like him. I think he's got potential to do big things if he could punch through in this round.
Two-time qualifier at 197 in 2023 and 2024. The ACC champ was 4th at this weight class last year, and he's got Doucette flat on his belly.
That's something you don't see often at heavyweight. Guys throwing double boots in, chopping at the arms.
And Trumbull's got the frame to be able to stretch these guys out. He's so tall and lean. And to your point, Jordan, if you are tough on top and you know how to use legs, you break a guy down, it's hard for them to get up.
3 minutes of riding time. We're still over a minute remaining in the second period.
Doing a really good job here on top.
What's the hardest ride you ever put on a guy in college?
I was a big tight waist guy. Big tight waist chop. I couldn't really turn, but I could float and ride. I gotta, you know, as I've learned how to be a significantly better folk style wrestler, wrestling freestyle. We were talking about this on the air last night. Is a few things that I learned in freestyle that helped me with folk style. One, I had to finish clean. I couldn't roll across my back when I got to a single leg. Shooting doubles, I couldn't get chest wrapping, so I had to find ways to get my hips in, chest, head, and hips all in alignment so I could finish clean without exposure. Second, I started to learn how to control center. Because of the passivity and the shot clock, I played the out-of-bounds line in the edge like a master when I was in college. Anytime I would get in a scary position, I'd just get out of bounds. Well, you do that in freestyle, you're giving up points. So I learned how to stay in the center, and I actually became efficient on the edge. And then lastly is gut wrench defense taught me how to defend a tight waist. That was a really big part of my development, is learning how to look off a tight waist. And the gut wrench defense really helped with that.
If you were a high school coach right now, what positions would you put special emphasis on in today's day and age in wrestling to help prepare somebody for the next level?
It depends. Do you want to win or you want to put on a show? Because those are two totally different things. If you just want to win, you just teach baseline fundamentals. Head, hands, defense.
I want to put on a show.
You want to put on a show?
Heck yeah, I do.
Well, then you start to teach these guys how to elevate a little bit higher out of their stance, slide bys, duck unders. I would say one of the things that we try to become proficient with is pace. If you have a particular pace to your wrestling, it really doesn't matter how skillful you are, because you're putting yourself in wrestling positions. Look at a guy like Bo Bassett. All of the wrestling techniques that he is executing are really simplified, not extremely complex, but he's doing 100 of them per match, which makes it exciting for us to watch. We want to see guys get into sequences and give themselves opportunities to score. So head, hands, defense, good solid fundamentals, solid leg defense, defending high C, defending a head inside single, and then also being able to turn on top. I think that's the X factor.
What do you think is being undercoached at the high school level?
I would say tactics. I would say tactics at this point is there's something about being savvy, having mat awareness and a high wrestling IQ, is knowing how to manipulate a guy's body, how to set him up, get him out of position. So at a baseline, for me, my fundamentals rested in the fact that I was always trying to set traps. Brian Snyder called it marinating a guy, right? This is, you're trying to tenderize your meat before you cook it, is you wanted to put a guy in position where you're oh, look at this single leg by Bastida, but you wanted to put a guy in position where he was uncomfortable. He never could rest his hands, and you wore him down, so eventually your skill set start to work late.
I'll tell you mine, just watching this tournament, I mean, we're all, enamored by Jack's Forest. The Googling of what is a ball and chain tilt and how do I teach my athletes how to do it, I guarantee you're going to see that more in the high school level, plus leggings. Leggings are making a comeback.
That's right.
You're seeing three-quarter capri leggings, full leggings.
That's right.
I think that's where the world's heading. Ball and chain tilts and leggings.
And he can do it on both sides, and he can do it two ways, right? So he can go left and right. He can go sit you back into his hip, deep elbow, or forward roll. He's extraordinary. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to be honest over the air. When they released the brackets, and I saw him at the #1 seed, I thought it was a travesty. I believe Ben Davino and Marcus Blaze should have been 1 and 2, in that he should have been 3, kept Seidel at 4. But he's just so dang fun to watch.
I agree with you, JB.
So hard.
Yeah.
I mean, when I saw that bracket too, I thought, I don't think he should be the 1. Having said that, I thought the guy could blow through everybody because he's so good.
Well, he came in 13-0. A guy like Ben Davino came in at 27-1. His only loss being to the second-ranked guy in the country, who was Marcus Blaze, who he avenged, won the conference tournament in Big Ten, which is significantly deeper than the Big 12. But hey, this is why we wrestle.
Sure.
You got to beat him eventually.
Absolutely. Isaac Trumbull into the semifinals at 285, over 2 minutes of riding time. He gets the decision for the Wolfpack.
And I would keep your eye on mat 3. Again, we're 4-2. Bastida is in the lead, but it's a 1 takedown match by Keeter. Bastida was in on the leg, unable to finish, 1:17 left. Again, this is not an ideal setup if you're Bastida. You want to be a little bit more comfortable.
Ferrari up by 2, riding time and on factor. That's a 1 takedown match as well on mat 4. Tay Gadali with over 4 minutes of riding time gets the major decision. And there will be a trio of Wolverines in the semifinals tonight with Lachlan McNeil, Brock Mantanona, and Tay Gadali. I think I got them all.
And if you're Ferrari, I think, strategically, he obviously wanted to attack early, get that early lead, and I think probably has confidence in being able to defend any attacks from Mora, given how athletic he is. And Keeter's got to find his offense. See if he's got one good go in him. That's all he needs.
A couple of years back, a late takedown from Lucas Davison of Michigan handed Bastida his first loss of the season. Down to 30 seconds remaining on mat number 3.
There's a committed attack.
Good defense from Bastida. Short time, I would just keep distance, circle, and give up a stall call.
The Cyclone Younger Bastida, the #1 seed, remains undefeated. The 4-2 decision over Ben Keeter. And Bastida into the semifinals at 285.
That was nice.
Look at the rolls. We saw double boots from Isaac Trumbull. Juan Mora hitting us with the funk rolls and the scrambles here on mat number 4. Mora's in this match.
Yeah.
And Jay Ferrari been fairly dominant throughout the first 2 rounds. As a 21 seed, he's putting up a really good fight.
Yeah, plenty of time left, and he was looking for that go behind. Ferrari with a nice peek out for timing. Mora switching directions and almost had another takedown, but I mean, Mora's having a great run so far, and yeah, it's just 1 takedown. That's all you need.
Gadali and Trumbull, bottom half of the bracket at 285. Semi-final matchup tonight, again 8 Eastern right here, Mattcast. Younger Bastida has punched his ticket. He'll get the winner of Mora and Ferrari. How would you break down, Jordan, a potential matchup with Ferrari and Bastida?